My name is Desmond Tobin. I'm Professor of Dermatological Science here at the University and Director of the UCD Charles Institute of Dermatology. A little bit about the Charles Institute for those of you who may be a little bit curious about the name. The UCD Charles Institute opened for business in 2011 off the back of funding we received upon the sale of the City of Dublin Skin and Cancer Hospital charity, also known as the Hume Street Hospital, which was sold in 2006 and named after its founder, Andrew Charles. So that's where we get the name from. The Charles Institute is essentially a joint partnership with the charity or the trust based on that hospital sale, and it aims to be a world leader in dermatology research and education to improve patient care through discovery of new treatments and therapies. The Institute is obviously dedicated to research and education, and we have a capacity in the research labs of about 70 full-time scientists, and we're linked with the two UCD-affiliated hospitals, the two large ones, St. Vincent's and the Mater Hospital. We're physically located between the Healthcare Sciences, where the School of Medicine is, and the Conway Institute of Biomolecular and Biomedical Research, which is Ireland's largest biomedical research institute, and also Systems Biology Ireland. So we're in a very good location on the Belfield campus to link both with the Clinical School of Medicine and the more basic biomedical research at the Conway. That's a picture of our labs when they were empty at the beginning, and our activities across research, teaching and education, and also involvement in clinical trials is shown on that particular slide. And that's the kind of different elements that we're engaged with here at the Charles Institute. In terms of research, our current focus is represented on this slide: wound healing and wound care. At the top there, skin and hair pigmentation, melanoma and other skin cancers, inflammatory skin diseases, which obviously are quite common in Ireland, hair growth biology, and also consultancy services. So getting back to the particular course that's contextualized within, therefore, the Charles Institute, who should apply? Well, this is open to both domestic applicants, and by that I mean within the European Economic Area, and also international applicants, whether they're either living within the EEA or living outside of the EEA. The course is aimed at medical graduates only. So it's especially relevant for general practitioners, but not only. Also appropriate for internal medicine physicians, pediatricians, plastic surgeons, junior doctors who may want to go on to pursue a career in dermatology, and I'll get back to that toward the end of the presentation, because it's not a formal part of a pathway toward dermatology training. That's an important point. And also trainees for the above specialties. Program outcome and aim is to cover all aspects of clinical dermatology with a comprehensive lecture schedule given by expert consultant dermatologists based in Ireland. The students will develop comprehensive knowledge and understanding of skin disease, and also to enhance their knowledge of the scientific basis of skin disease, and to understand the impact of dermatological conditions on the referral pathways, imaging, and management surrounding dermatology. It aims to equip the student with the knowledge and expertise required to recognize and treat skin disorders commonly encountered by general practitioners. And in Ireland, we have about 25% of the footfall at GP offices that will have a skin or hair disorder. So the course structure, how and where will you learn? Well, the course is delivered by 25 of Ireland's top consultant dermatologists, delivered over 2 trimesters, consisting of 28 hours of webinar-based interactive teaching, and with 250 hours we expect of autonomous learning to equip yourself for the examination. It's an interactive course, and so there's a question and answer session at the end of each live streamed lecture, so it's very important that we encourage students to attend the live lectures. There is obviously a possibility for playback I'll describe as well. All the credit-bearing aspects of the course are delivered online. The webinars are broadcast via Adobe Connect on a Thursday, typically around 6:30. We will confirm that later in terms of the greatest availability to the student. Webinars, as I mentioned, are available on the basis of a limited playback, unless specified by an individual dermatologist who may need to redact or change the presentation if there's sensitive images they don't want on after the live stream. All course materials, including the lecture slides in PDF format, will be uploaded up onto the university's virtual learning environment in UCD. It's called Brightspace, and the assessments that the students will engage with are also via Brightspace. There is a on-site activity for a subgroup of the student cohort. It's purely optional. It doesn't have any credit weighting, but it's something that's available and may be of interest to people, particularly locally in their geography. So the topics covered in this course in trimester 1, which runs from September to December, include the following list of lectures here. I won't go through them individually, but it just gives you a sense of the content. That's in the first trimester, and that's followed by a short revision period, which ultimately will end with an assessment, an online assessment via an MCQ style examination. Trimester 2, which runs from January to April of 2021, will cover the content you see there in those bullet points. And again, this is followed by a short revision period, which will culminate in an MCQ online assessment. So in terms of the assessment, mentioned there's one at the end of each trimester. The MCQs are kind of styled as clinical-based scenarios to facilitate the kind of problem solving that GPs will be needing to do on the ground, and the critical analysis and the evidence-based care that will require as well. In order to ensure the examinations are robust, the exams will be e-proctored or e-invigilated via an external company who will require you to have a device, a laptop, a tablet with an integrated webcam and microphone, and also for that to meet the minimum requirements of the e-proctoring company. And of course, that kind of detail will be shared to the students when they're registered. Both of the MCQ examinations, trimester 1 and trimester 2, are must pass. And that means that failure in one of the trimesters cannot be compensated by excellent performance in the second trimester examination. So there's a requirement of passing both trimesters. The final examination is a pass or fail rather than giving particular stratification of the award. And again, I mentioned the award is a level 9 award within the national framework qualification here in Ireland, and 10 credits awaiting. The fees involved here currently for the European Union, the fee per year is 1,500, and for non-EU students it's 2,500. Entry requirements, all applicants must have a medical degree from a recognised Irish or international medical school, and that would be at an NFQ level of 8 or the equivalent. Applicants participating in the optional on-site patient-based session will also need to be Garda vetted, and the Gardaí is the Irish police force, and that's just to ensure the safety of the patients involved. The individuals who participate in the faculty for this particular course are now followed on this and the next slide. Some of these individuals you may recognize, they have made a significant contribution to dermatology in Ireland and internationally. So for example, we have one of the, just to pick out one individual here, it's rather unfair, but I will do it, is that they're also very research active. So Alan Irvine has been involved in the discovery of a gene associated with atopic dermatitis, filaggrin. So we have research active clinicians as well as more clinically focused clinicians there listed. And similarly on the second trimester, we have another set of dermatologists. These dermatologists are from throughout the 4 provinces of Ireland, as you'll see in some of their affiliations there. So key administrative features of the course are as follows. So there is a feedback immediately after the examination is done, because it's all obviously done through an online system. So there's no waiting for the assessment result to come back. Further content feedback can occur through the administrator of the course, through emailing individual lecturers through the administrator of the course. And obviously, if there's any technical issues, we will provide feedback on how to get you best sorted there as well. In terms of the optional clinical component, the non-credit bearing component, this usually occurs at the end of the course, so after the final examination, and that will be announced via Brightspace. There will be essentially first come, first served nature to that, because we can only accommodate 30 students on that element of the course, given the logistics of working around the patients. Just want to finish up with a couple of testimonials. Here we have from Lisa Kiley, Senior House Officer. I won't read it out, you can see it there, but she's found the course very useful in terms of how she's preparing herself for dealing with dermatology patients going forward. And then from a second cohort of students, here we have a VHI, which is the health insurance company, one of the health insurance companies in Ireland, a Swift urgent care doctor. And again, he has found this course also very useful, and particularly the format of it, in terms of feeling confident that if you sit the lecture, you have a very good chance of doing very well in the examination, that there's a very good matching of the content of the assessment with the content of the lectures. So there are a few frequently asked questions that I'll just run through in case they're on the tip of your tongue. So is this professional certificate equivalent to a diploma or master's? No, it's not. A professional certificate is its own standalone award, its own special purpose awards. So while other diplomas and master programs will be at a similar NFQ level, this course is worth 10 credits. So it's shaped for 10 credits, and diplomas and master's courses can be much, much bigger than that. So what is the difference between this award and a postgraduate qualification? It is a graduate qualification or postgraduate qualification. It's considered a minor award, and a graduate certificate tends to be around 30 or 40 credits, although that can vary. What additional pathways are available to you after obtaining a professional certificate in clinical dermatology? There's no automatic flow through from this particular course. It's primarily designed as a standalone course for GPs to give them the skill set that they need if they have not had a lot of dermatology content in their original basic medicine training, so that they are less likely to up-refer dermatology patients that cross their path, and they're able to deal with them more locally. There is a feeling that many general practitioners may feel uncomfortable in diagnosing skin disease and up-refer them to consultants and add to some of the pretty long waiting lists to see a consultant, particularly in Ireland, but also in Britain. Is there any exposure lecture time spent on surgical techniques? No, there's no surgery elements as part of this particular course. Does the course train GPs in techniques such as dermoscopy or punch biopsies? This is no. This is a course, this is not a course for dermatology training. It's an educational course, so there's no hands-on elements in terms of training. Is this course registered for CPD points? No, at the moment we have not registered this course for CPD. It's a standalone university award. Of course, it comes with a UCD formal award status. Whether we will pursue a CPD route is something perhaps for the future. Can I get a post-nominal academic title or a post-nominal letters beside your name following the qualification? If you are successful in gaining this award, you can put, you can put professional certificate in clinical dermatology in your CV against your name or in brackets after your name, because this is the award, the formal award you will be given by the university. And then lastly, how many lectures are there each week, and when are the lectures delivered? There's usually one lecture per week, and we have canvassed which day of the week would be most suitable for both the faculty and for the student, and Thursdays has come up as the favored, and the timing is in the evening, the early evening, and of course all of the webinars are delivered by Adobe Connect. The application process, applicants can apply online. I'll give a link there. If you're applying to UCD for the very first time, you must register an account with the UCD portal. Returning applicants should sign in to their existing account. And then once you sign in, you can then find the professional certificate course by going to Course Finder and then searching for the words Clinical Dermatology. And there's another couple of useful links there that help you navigate some of the application process. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much. And if there are any questions you have following this course, please get back to us. But we would very much encourage you to consider this as an option and look forward to welcoming as many of you as possible in September. Thank you very much.